What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So one of the things that we are hearing is that chances are there's going to be more changes to the upcoming infrastructure bill. Are we going to see more stimulus? We don't know. Are we going to see more provisions cut from this bill? Possibly, and things will ultimately change. In today's video, I want to address what the stimulus package update is for this afternoon. I want to talk about how the Senate Finance Committee is seeing that they need more changes because they have more issues. We also know some are wanting Medicare to cut not the actual benefits, but cut the premium, the monthly premium increase. They want to see the Biden administration use their legal authority and cut this. And then we also have one statewide mandate. So first off, hopefully you guys had a great Monday, but let's get into the update for today. First, according to Senator Ron Wyden from Oregon, and he's of the Senate Finance Committee, he says that the Finance Committee still has more than 20 issues to resolve. And these issues, they don't include anything from Senator Joe Manchin, and they don't include any of the talks or discussions over the SALT tax deduction. Two big issues. Senator Joe Manchin, he has issues on paid family leave, on Medicare. He has issues on the energy credits, right? Taxes. Then we got the SALT tax deduction on top of that. And then, in addition to those big issues, we got 20 other issues that need to be resolved. So this is where some people are saying that they don't know if there's enough time, because honestly, we got 18 days left in this calendar year. We need to get this bill done before December 28th, which is 15 days away. I can tell you, lawmakers are not going to be working on December 24th or 25th. That means they have, you take 2 days away from that, so instead of 15 days, they have 13 days. Well, I don't expect much gets done this week, so you take away, let's say, another 6 days there. Well, 6 days from, 12 gives us about 6 days to get something done? Highly unlikely. But here's what else we're hearing. Right now, when multiple senators are asked how this bill is ultimately going to get done, many of them don't have an idea. But they all say we need to look to one man. That's Senator Joe Manchin. And what he says is going to dictate whether or not we see this bill ultimately get passed. And what he says depends on what he hears regarding inflation. But today, Senator Joe Manchin said, and I quote, "Inflation is real. It's not transitory. It's alarming. It's going up, not down." And I think that should be something we're concerned about. And geopolitical fallout. These are all concerns that right now, the unknown right now is very, very great. So he's pretty much saying that we need to be very aware of inflation. It's not transitory. It is real. It is alarming at 6.8%. It's up there. It is up there. It is costing the American people more money to go buy food, to go put gas in their car. Yeah, it's coming down a little bit, but still somewhat elevated. Paying for rent, utilities, any services are more expensive. But today, when Senator Joe Manchin was asked if he told President Biden after their meeting today that he's simply going to walk away from talks, which was actually reported by multiple media outlets, Senator Joe Manchin said, no, anything is possible and a deal could get done this year. But he is still talking. He is still taking a very cautious approach, and everybody is talking about different iterations. So from the looks of this, and I addressed this earlier on today as well, lawmakers are trying to put together a bunch of different ideas that would ultimately have a greater chance of passing in this current Senate, but also passing in the House. Now, this is probably why multiple Senate aides said that they have started to have that discussion about a possible standalone bill if everything in the current Build Back Better Act can't pass. Well, that's probably the reason why. And this is why I addressed earlier today that some are actually mentioning that we could potentially see just a standalone bill for one provision, that's the child tax credit payments. Now, I can tell you right now, even though that's the discussions, what we know is when lawmakers say, yeah, we'll just pass one bill, normally that one bill turns into 2 or 3 different provisions because they try to group them together. So here's what I can tell you. Senator Joe Manchin, he also stated that he knows lawmakers have been in a hurry for a long time to do something, but he believes that we should wait and see how things unfold before ultimately making a decision. Now, this statement, to me, it almost signals that he is wanting to wait until 2022 or potentially later just to see what happens. And here's why. We have no clue what's going to happen with inflation. Right now, if you look at the stock market is just red. Things are just down. Here's the reason why. On Wednesday, we're going to hear Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell speak. In that, and he's going to speak live. He does this every couple weeks. But one of the things that I think a lot of people are going to be looking at is the Federal Reserve going to taper quicker? Are we going to potentially see interest rates come down or actually go up, right? They're already pretty much rock bottom. Are they going to come up? And we will need interest rates to come up if we see inflation keep going up. We have to combat that. That's one of the ways to do it. So my guess is what's happening is lawmakers are looking to see what is the Federal Reserve going to say on Wednesday. Now, we have no clue what's going to happen with the Omicron variant either. And that's one of the big question marks, not just here in the United States, but across the entire world. We also don't know how inflation and the Omicron variant are going to impact our economy. And is our economy actually going to recover? Are we going to stay somewhat stagnant? Or are we actually going to fall back into a recession over the next 6 months to potentially a year? Some say it's quite possible we could go either direction. Now, everything right now is pretty much just a prediction coming from projections. And that gets, it's very, very muddy waters, very cloudy as to what's going to happen in 6 months or a year when we are taking projections and we're making predictions off of that. So here's what I can tell you. One thing happened today that is going to throw a little bit of a wrench into this entire problem, into this entire situation. We did hear from the UK, from Boris Johnson, that yes, we had our first death with the Omicron variant reported today. Now, why do I say with? The reason I say with is because according to Boris Johnson, he says that this was the first death with the Omicron variant, it wasn't due to Omicron, it was with the Omicron variant. So it could have been a side effect. It could have had something to do with the death, but it wasn't the deciding factor, at least according to reports. Now, this death was in the UK, but we still have to be aware of this. So I promise I'll keep you updated on that as soon as we know more. But let's talk about Medicare. In 2021, Medicare Part B, it's going to have a lower premium than in 2022. In 2022, the monthly premium is going to cost about $22 more, or $170.10 per month. Currently, that is $148.50 a month for outpatient care. Now, this is really due to just one drug, okay? It's a thing called like Abdulam or something, Abhulam, right? But this drug, it's supposed to help with Alzheimer's. Now, it's going to cost about $56,000 per year, but because of the cost and the benefits right now, some say are questionable whether they're actually benefits or not, but because of this one drug, Medicare Part B is going to increase by about $22 per month. Now, just from this one drug, the price increase from that alone is about $11 per month. So, for many enrollees, this premium alone is going to be deducted directly from their Social Security checks. But this alone is going to take away much of the 5.9% cost of living adjustment, which comes out on average to about $92 per month. But here's what lawmakers are wanting. Multiple lawmakers have said that President Biden and the Biden administration should step up, use their legal authority to cut back on this large premium increase. Now, Senator Bernie Sanders brought this up last week. I mentioned it as soon as Senator Sanders mentioned this and said he addressed this with President Biden. But we're going to see what happens, because honestly, right now, I don't know if this will see a cut or if this will just continue on as planned. But as soon as I know more, I promise I will fill you in on that update as soon as I do. Now, here's what I can tell you. Multiple states are considering mask mandates. Vaccine mandates, not so much, but mask mandates are one of those things that multiple states are considering. California, today, they stated that they are going to impose a statewide mask mandate for all indoor public spaces. This is going to start on Wednesday. And this is due to the recent rise in COVID cases on almost 50% of almost 50% over the past 2.5 weeks. Hospitalizations have risen by nearly 15% in that same time frame, and it's the start of winter. So, state officials say that they don't want to take any steps backwards, so they are going to do what they can right now to ensure everybody stays safe. So, that is what we know as of this afternoon. If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys on the next one.